Hey everybody, it's Jimmy from the DIY and Digital, and today I'm going over Kato Unitrack. Welcome back everybody. First of all, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell icon so that you don't miss any updates like this video. So today we're going over Kato Unitrack. Now, if you're an N-scale model railroader and even some people in an HO scale, you have probably heard of Kato Unitrack, and it is a product where it has a pre-attached road bed made of plastic, and the track pieces are kind of a modular section. They're like Snaptrack, except they have the bases that attach together as well, and they're really great for temporary layouts, and all the measurements are pre-done, so you don't have to worry about any of that. But they're also really easy to make look realistic, and I know a lot of people use Kato Unitrack and can say the same thing. It's really great stuff, and it's also incredibly reliable. I have never had any serious issues with electrical conductivity, but it does have a few little quirks. So we're going to go over Kato Unitrack here today, and I'm going to show you guys how I install it on the layout. So let's get started. This is a piece of Kato Unitrack, and the first thing you'll notice is that it has connectors and it already has the road bed attached. It uses code 80 track. The road bed is a bit more detailed than something, say, like Bachmann Easy Track. It's multicolored and looks a bit more realistic. And it also has these connectors. Now, these connectors are the exact same for HO and N-scale. The pieces go together simply by snapping these connectors together, which have rail joiners built into them. When we flip it over, we can see how easy the system is. The great thing about these connectors is that they are replaceable. And as you can see, they have these little plastic tabs and they snap in place. So that's a quick overview of what Kato Unitrack is. There are a lot of different types of pieces. Let's take a look at what we're going to be using to connect the power to it, which are these terminal unijoiners. And what these are is they basically are the connectors that have the wires soldered directly to them. And it really makes it handy because it makes it super easy to completely hide all of your wiring. So let's go ahead and take a look at the installation process. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to want to use the included clip remover that will remove the little joiners, and then you'll want to do that for the other side as well that you intend to connect. Then you will slip in the unijoiners with the wires connected. Now, I like to do it where it's both on the same side. Doesn't really matter if you want to do one or the other. And then you just connect the piece together. And voila, you've got a wired section of track. It's really that simple. And just make sure that your connections are nice and level. And you can see they have the wires soldered up to them, and that just makes it incredibly easy to hide the wire. So what we're going to do on my layout here is we're going to be installing one of these on my layout. I have several of them for the different power areas, mainly because Kato Unitrack's a little bit different in the way that switches work. So let's go ahead, we're going to put a wire in right here. So the first thing that we are going to need to do is we're going to need to disconnect the track right over where the hole that we need to drill is going to be. Now, I like to just barely disconnect and leave just enough space for the drill bit to get through, and if you're uncomfortable with this, you can always move it a little bit different, but this allows me to make sure that the hole that I'm drilling is completely hidden. Next, we're going to take the unijoiner and we're going to cut off the clamp that it has for the normal Kato power pack. And this will allow us to wire it up to our DCC system. As you can see, I went ahead and removed the track joiners from this section like I demonstrated. And now I'm going to go ahead and attach the unijoiners like I showed you guys before. So we're going to go ahead and clip those to one section, and then we're going to run our wire into that little hole that we drilled right there so that we can hide it completely. And we're going to do this before we reconnect the wire. Once this is done, you'll just need to repeat the process wherever you have power connections and then hook it up to your DCC bus. You'll also want to do a similar process for the Kato Unitrack turnouts. Now, I've shown you how to control a Kato Unitrack turnout with an Arduino, and I'll link that tutorial right up here as well as in the description below. Now, to attach the track to the foam base, I'm going to be using latex caulk, and I know a lot of you guys use this. It's a very cheap way to glue your track in place, and I apologize for my hand placement here, but basically what I'm doing is I'm squirting just a little bit of caulk underneath where the pieces of track come together, where the joiners are, and then I put a weight on it and I proceed to let it dry before I mess with it. And here's all of my track drying, or at least some of it drying at least, and that's how I install Kato Unitrack. It's really simple. If you want to try it out, I highly recommend it. So that's Kato Unitrack. Personally, I absolutely love it. I'd love to hear how you guys do your track and handle your roadbed, whether it's Kato Unitrack, Bachman EasyTrack, Flex Track from Atlas or Pico, or any of the big brands. If you use cork roadbed, I'd love to hear what your preferences are. We're all different and we can all learn from each other. So go ahead and leave that in the comments below. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell icon so that you don't miss any updates like this video or when I do more work on the Kato Unitrack. Until next time, I'm Jimmy from the DIY and Digital. Happy railroading!